And it's going to be dapply from the sun, but it'll be okay. Alright, actual panning. My suggestion is always use a panning to catch everything. Season your pan well. Have a scoop, don't use your hands. When you have it in your hands, you're just going to get nasty. So, have some dirt. Take the pan over, don't start with too much. You see people like, well, the professionals, we won't call out names, start with a heaping huge pan. You can do that, but it makes it that much harder to get the hydraulic solution that you want to sink that gold. As you can see, everything in here is small, all roughly 1/4 inch or smaller, so about the same size, but solid. When it's moving, you can go all the way to the bottom of the pan. There's an old video that shows this. Now, a lot of people like to do this and do this under the water. Obviously in the pan I can't. So what's this doing? When you're going round and round, I want to show you something real quick. Let me concrete it, pour it off. Can you see my water's dirty already? When you go round and round and round and round, what's that doing? Everything's concentrating here, and your heavies are going to concentrate all the way around the outside. Instead, what I want to suggest is something that a couple of panners do. Get that hydraulic equivalent, but get it right down in here. Back and forth. You can put your finger all the way to the bottom because it's in solution. You can go this way, get everything washed down to the bottom of the pan, but finish out right here. Get that angle, not quite 45 and not quite where your water's running out. Let her settle, and everything's going to settle. Then you pour it off slow. That concretes it. See how nothing's moving? Now, washing it off, basically all you want to do is take that top layer off. See all that bigger, lighter stuff coming off? As soon as the small stuff starts coming, the heavier stuff, settle it again, concrete it. All your heavies are going to be right down in here. Wash off the lighter stuff. Let the pan and let the water do the work. Let the pan do the holding. Rinse and repeat. Settle it in. Concrete it off. Wash off the top layers and the lighter stuff. The lighter stuff's going to come to the surface. Watch. That lighter stuff's going to come to the surface. Your heavier stuff's going to settle. Rinse it off. Concrete it, rinse it off. When I say lighter, it is lighter in color, but it's also lighter in weight. See how light colored this is? I don't know if that's going to come through or not. Let's see here. Let the water do the work. See how it's darker, lighter, but it's also literally lighter color, and it's also lighter weight. Okay. Concrete it. Rinse it off. Don't worry about what you're losing. always going to be in that pan. My suggestion would be some lead shot. With that lead shot, see your lighter stuff moving? All this heavy stuff that we've concentrated here is setting there. Oh, there you go, a little piece of gold. So keep going. Get some lead shot if you want. Some 1/8 inch, 16th inch, flatten it out. Lead's gonna be about the next heaviest stuff. Put 5 pieces in a pan. Pan it out. Just pan it out. See if you can keep those 5 pieces in the pan. Once you can keep them 5 pieces in the pan, you can be a lot more confident. And it's quite literally pretty hard to wash stuff out of this pan, but it can be done. Slow and steady. I know I said fast, but you don't want to go too fast. And we're almost to it. Now, this is cool. Your heavies will walk. Tap the pan. Gotta love diesel trucks. Okay, your heavies, 90 degrees over. Tap the side of that pan. See how everything's concentrating here? Also, what's happening is the lighter stuff's coming to the surface. Now, just like waves in an ocean, wash up on the beach, wash out the beach. All this light stuff is coming out. All your heavies are staying up there. This is going to have a good amount of gold in it. Once that light stuff's there, that heavy will stay up there. As long as the water doesn't touch it, the heavies will stay up there. When you get that light stuff washed down and off, bring it down, rinse those layers off. Now, anything that is heavy down in there is going to stay down in. See how it sits right here? Those are your heaviest of your light, the heaviest of the light stuff. 90 degrees, give it a good bump, tap. Doc from Gold calls it a bump. I call it a tap. Now, start rinsing all those lights down. As you get them down, here's, see that piece of gold right here? I don't know if you can see that or not. Watch how that just sits right there. I can come down here and wash this pan out. A piece of gold still sitting right there. Show you something cool here in a second. So you keep washing this out with small amounts of water. You don't have quite enough, but it'll work. You're watching all that gold sit there. Give it a few taps and it'll sink it right down to the bottom there. So you're watching this gold up here. As it starts to move, like this piece has, tilt it up, tap it, give it some water, give it a tap, disappears. It goes right back down to the bottom. Those lights get down to the bottom of your pan, just get rid of them. So, see how that disappears? Rinse that stuff off. as you start to see this gold start to move, I don't know if you can see these two pieces here. Tap them, get them back up in there. Practice, practice, practice. See this piece started to move out of here? So I want to get that tap back up in there. It's gone. All this can go away. Pretty soon, what you're going to end up with is a line right down here of your heaviest stuff. There's going to be magnetite in there. I don't know if you can see those rocks and that little bit of gold. When you start getting it to hang up there, get as much of that out of there as you can. These magnetite rocks can come down. You can push them down with your finger. You're not going to hurt anything. Just rinse your finger off in the water. Rinse and repeat. Now, remember I mentioned the jet dry? This little piece right here that keeps wanting to come all the way down with this other stuff. That sucker, when I made it dry like this, and I put it back on the water without the jet dry, she would float. Little piece would float right up out of there, but we'll push, oh, almost got him to float there. Push him back up in there, give him a tap. I had one floating. So even though I thought I had too much jet dry, I may not have enough. Work it. Get the rocks out, get the rocks down. Keep tapping to keep your gold up to the edge. I love how that gold stays. You get your lights down here. As long as that's dry, that's not going to go anywhere. Rinse this out. This little sucker keeps wanting to go. I wonder if I can get it to float. No floaters. Traffic's nice though, huh? Really like that program Audacity for fixing and get it spread out just a little bit, and it's a little bit easier to work some of that smaller black sands. Now black sands are magnetites. They're lighter than gold, but they're one of the second heaviest things in your pan. See this line down here? It's very sparkly, very shiny, but if you notice, it moves. There is one little piece right there that I want to keep. See how the gold sits there? It's actually pretty hard to get that gold to move out of there. Itty bitty tiny ones like this one, they tend to go. See how it'll walk right to my finger as I'm doing that? Isn't that cool? It's heavy. Look at that. Lined her right back up in a smile. Except there's one little round piece right there that keeps wanting to get away. That is why you always use a catch pan. It's also why you don't panic about losing gold. A little piece, I don't know, 400,000 or so of them will get you an ounce. See the separation here? Now, once you get to this, you got your nice little gold smile going on there. This is about the time you want to go ahead and get your sniffer bottle. Get that separation going in there. Get her all piled up. Let's get a little more water.